Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tammy. I own Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. Today's video is sponsored by Taylor Brands. This is a company that is AI driven, artificial intelligence, to help you get what you need to start your business. They have LLC formation, logo, web design, domain. They even have merch, guys. And I love me some merch. So guys, lately I've been getting a lot of questions about how to start a business. If you're brand new to starting a business, how do you get started? What do you need? What do you don't need? All those kind of things. And I thought this was a perfect time to partner with Taylor Brands and bring you a video on what I feel like you absolutely need and maybe you don't need in getting ready to start your business. I've went through some of my questions I received over the last few months, and I just compiled a list here, and we're just going to dive right into what do you need when you're first starting out. So I'm going to throw out a little bit of a legal disclaimer here. I am obviously not a lawyer or an accountant, and I'm in the States, so I can't really speak to other countries other than the States, and I really can't speak specifically to any other state but Indiana. I'm just going to give you my experience. I know I shouldn't have to do that, right? But you do. One of the first questions I get asked is, do I need a business license? Now, this business license terminology is a little, I think every state has their own verbiage. Business license is almost like this generic term, right? Everybody wants to know, do I need a license to sell? Well, some states require a business license and some states don't. Indiana doesn't require a business license, but they do require a retail merchant certificate. Is it the same thing? Probably. But I don't have a business license. I have a retail merchant certificate. Every 2 years, I have to file what's called a business entity report. And that is just giving my information to the Secretary of State here in Indiana. And once I submit that with a small fee, nothing crazy, I think less than $50, I think. Then I in turn get my retail certificate for another 2 years. Another question I get is, do I need to form an LLC? For a small business, you have two options. You have the sole proprietorship or you have an LLC. So a sole proprietorship may be just a little bit easier to set up, but it's basically just saying that you are selling your homemade items or whatnot. It is tied to your own taxes, and what an LLC offers as opposed to a sole proprietorship is an LLC protects your assets from litigation. An LLC creates a completely different entity apart from you. Another thing is a sole proprietorship is exactly that. You can't have anyone else in your business. So no spouses or children or friends coming together to have a business together. It is only one person, and that person is responsible for everything. So those are maybe the very high level differences. I chose an LLC because I really did want to protect my home and my assets and my bank account, and all of that cannot be touched by anybody. And Taylor Brands makes it super easy. So we're going to hop over to Taylor Brands right now, and let's look at that LLC building just a little bit, and we're going to create a new company. Really quickly, I'm just going to hop over here to this other products page so you can see everything that Taylor Brands offers. So you can create a logo by them. They will help you build a website. They'll make sure you have a domain and you can purchase it right there. You can have a business mailbox, which is quite important when you are selling. You are not allowed to email your customers through a personal email account. You need a business email. So this is quite important. They have LLC formations. They even have digital business cards, which is really great this day and age. And then the merch. I'm going to check out that merch, guys. I think that's fun. All right, so let's go over and check out this LLC. So we are going to create a new LLC. Let's see. So let's do soaps and suds. Get your wet on. Does that sound gross? I don't know. I'm horrible at taglines. Let's change that to suds. Get your suds on. That sounds better. Guys. All right, so this is now, what are we offering? So we're going to do physical goods, and we are going to do a soap shop, and so now it's just letting us pick our logo. So let's do name-based logo type. And this is just, super easy. I'm just going to throw some in there and hit next. Okay, so over here, how cute is that? I really like that. But you can see on the side, they have all different logos to get you started. And then we're going to finish our logo. And so now that we have that, we can then get our business cards and logo files and different branded documents. But I want to go over to LLC. I'm going to say it's just an idea at this point. What state? You can see it's just so easy, and you just fill out the questions and you will have your LLC at the end of this. Super hassle-free to do this. I really like this part of Taylor Brands because when I first created my business and my LLC and getting my tax ID number and all of those things that I was doing, I felt so lost in whether I was doing the right thing or if I was on the right government website. And this just makes it such a nice hassle-free way of getting your business off the ground. Love that. Okay, so do you need an LLC? Yes and no. I would say if you're wanting to have anyone in business with you at any point, you need an LLC. And if you're worried about protecting your assets, you would want to have an LLC. It really doesn't cost that much money, and to me, it was worth it for sure. By contrast, the sole proprietorship doesn't separate anything from your business. So instead of having two entities, you are one entity and everything does fall onto you. So that brings me to my next question is, do I need a tax ID number? If you've registered your business as a sole proprietorship, I hope I'm saying that right. You do not need a tax ID number. To form an LLC, you do need a tax ID number. And it's really not that hard to get one. It is super easy to get a tax ID number. I mean, a few clicks on the computer and you've got one. It's kind of confusing because they call it an EIN. And so everybody in the world calls it tax ID number, but on forms and a lot of legal forms, they call it an EIN, which is an employee identification number, which was throwing me when I got mine because I was like, I'm not going to have employees. It's just me, sometimes my husband. I'm not doing payroll or anything. So it really threw me to have an EIN number when I am not an employer. But that's just another term for tax ID number. And what you want that for is because that allows you to purchase tax-free raw materials. If we want to purchase our coconut oil tax-free, we have to supply that EIN number. And sometimes I even have to submit my retail certificate as well. We should not be paying taxes on our raw materials because we then turn around and sell those and then collect taxes on those. Raw materials, packaging, we should not have to be paying taxes on, and that's what that tax ID really will do for you. It's worth the few clicks it's going to take you to get it. You do have to fill out a tax exemption form for any company that you are planning to purchase from that you feel like you should not be paying taxes to. So just be prepared for that. If they don't have it on their website, on their FAQ, send them a quick email and they will get back with you. I've never had one bit of problem with that. The next question I get a lot is, do I need insurance? Yes. Yes, you do need insurance. I did not sell one bar of soap before I had insurance. And that was my husband. We call him the risk assessor. He is so focused on risk rewards. And he said, it's not worth it. Somebody's going to get a rash and sue you. You got to have insurance. So I did get insurance before I sold my first item. Only because of him, right? But he was right. In this day and age, you really do want insurance. It doesn't cost that much money a year. There are more expensive plans. There are less expensive plans. Where do you get insurance? I would say check your homeowners maybe. But there's a lot of artisan insurances out there for you. I had insurance through the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild. I have that because I now have candles. Before that, I had Handmade Artisan Insurance. There's RLI. There is Indie Business has insurance. So all you have to Google small bath and body business insurance, and you're going to find several that are going to be good for you. So that's kind of the legal stuff. I have my coffee. You know, if I have coffee, it's just a chatty video. So let's kind of get into the nitty gritty. Somebody asked me, how much does it cost to start a sugar scrub business? I don't know. I don't know. That is so far out from what I would be able to tell you. How much does it cost to start a candle business? How much does it cost to start a bath and body business? Whatever you have to put in it is how much it costs to start one. I can say that I have made significant costly mistakes in the first few years of my business. I do have a video about all of the mistakes that I made when I first started my business, and I'll link that right up here and maybe at the end of the video so you can check that out. Kind of a painful video for me. I made some really bad financial mistakes when I first started my business. It took me 3 years to figure things out. One of the biggest mistakes that I made was I didn't allow my sales to grow my business. I threw money into my business and waited for the sales to come. So that would, if anything you take away from that video, is let your sales grow your business. Take your profits and invest those back into your business. But really, it is impossible for me to say how much it's going to cost you to start a business. You could do it for $500. You could do it for $200. You could do it for $20. Well, probably not. That is probably a stretch. Start small and then let those sales grow your business and grow your inventory up. Another person asked me, how much should she take to her first craft show? How many products? How many soaps? How many shampoo bars or creams? I would say you would want on your first craft show to take at least 10 cents of soaps. You don't have to take 20 bars. You can take 5 bars. You can take 6 bars, 4 bars. But I would have 10 different options for them to smell. Creams, 2 or 3. Maybe 2 or 3 scrubs. You know, you don't have to have a huge amount of options. Sometimes fewer options are better for your customers. One of my mistakes, as mentioned in the other video, you don't have to have a lot. And that was one of the things I really felt like when I first started, that I had to fill my table up. And one of the things I did to fill my table was make a bunch of melt and pour soaps because they're ready right away. The problem is I suck at melt and pour soaps. I don't enjoy them, and I put all this effort and stress on myself because I felt like I needed more options. I would have been fine without those melt and pour soaps. Trust me. So do what you enjoy and do what brings you happiness, and don't stress over numbers at all, guys. As long as your table has a splattering of products, you can arrange them in a way that makes your table look fuller with different display heights and different things. So don't stress over the number. It's really not as important as you might think, honestly. I had another question is, should I take credit card payments? Is it hard? Yes. Yes, yes, take credit card payments. And no, it's not hard at all. Square and PayPal are free. I mean, they'll give you the swipe thing for free. You have to pay a fee, but to get started, it's free. So absolutely don't go to a show without a swiper. It's like 65% that they charge you for the sales. It's very easy to just kind of put that towards your business account, checking account, so the money goes right in there. Another question I got was, well, do I need business cards? I don't have anything. I don't have business cards. And yes, you need business cards right away. I do have a video too about my tips and tricks for craft shows. And I think that might help you guys a lot. And I'll also link that here. But I do talk about how, yes, you have to have a business card no matter how small you are, because you want people to be able to find you. That business card allows them to check out your Facebook page. I have never gone to a craft show where I do not gain followers on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. And I've gotten a lot of follow-up orders from those business cards too. You have to be able to give them a way to find you. It's so, so important, guys. Let's jump back into Taylor Brands and let's look at some of those options that they have to help you start your business. So Taylor Brands has become, or is, a business building experience. It's a very customized business building experience for you. I really like my Soaps and Sud logo, guys. So here we are in the logo maker again, and it's just, look at that. Digital business cards. We can have a branded website. Everything is branded to our logo that we created so that we don't have to worry about getting onto a platform that doesn't have our font. So this is really great that you can do all of your branding through social media, website, your merch, everything, and it's all branded to your brand all across the board, and you don't have to worry about having to change things because the fonts aren't available to you anymore. So guys, that is it. I just really wanted to quickly touch on some of the bigger points of starting a business. Again, check out the cards for my craft show tips and tricks and getting ready, and also that business advice and mistakes made. That was my 5-year anniversary. I've hit 6 years now, so check that out and see. I think I've come a long way even from 1 year ago. So yeah, just always grow, guys. Just always be growing and learning. I hope you check out Taylor Brands as well. There's a link in my description box for 20% off for a limited time for their services. So check those guys out and get started on your business. I wish you guys the best of luck in that, and I hope to see you in the next video.